you lovely people, and welcome back to my channel, Cook with Joy. For today's recipe, I wanted to share a great summer dessert recipe. This is actually a recipe that I tend to make for the holidays, like Thanksgiving and Christmas. I'm not sure when that started, but I got this recipe from my mom originally. It is called a strawberry pretzel salad, and typically we eat it kind of as dessert or just with our Thanksgiving meal or our Christmas meal. But my friend Jess from Jessica Myros, she shared this recipe or a similar recipe on her channel kind of as a summery dessert. And I thought to myself, you know what? It is kind of like a summery dessert. It reminds me a bit of like a strawberry cheesecake type dessert. It's salty and sweet, and so it's really good. But I make this one vegan and gluten-free to meet our family's dietary needs. So I altered this recipe a few years ago, and so basically this is my mom's recipe altered into a gluten-free vegan strawberry pretzel salad, basically. So I am going to make it today to eat as a dessert. And I wanted to share it with you. So let me show you what the ingredients are for this recipe. Okay, so this recipe is kind of 3 layers. So I have the ingredients organized in that way. So the crust is going to be 2 cups of crushed pretzels, and I have chosen these gluten-free to make this recipe gluten-free. And then 1/4 a cup of sugar, and 1.5 sticks of margarine melted or butter. I am using Earth Balance to make this vegan, and I realized I only have 1 stick of Earth Balance left, so I will use that stick, and then I'll do 4 tablespoons of this tub. That's why I have that out. And then for the main layer, the cheesecake type layer, it is 1 8-ounce package of this vegan Cool Whip, and we use the brand So Delicious. Honestly, I don't know if there's any other brand that makes a vegan Cool Whip. And then an 8-ounce container of vegan cream cheese, and this is the brand we use. I actually like this cream cheese better than regular cream cheese. And then you will need 1 cup of powdered sugar. And then in order to thicken this mixture up, because it is not quite as thick as the original one with the regular Cool Whip, regular cream cheese, I use 1 tablespoon of arrowroot starch. I'm sure that cornstarch would work well too if that's all you have on hand. And then 1 tablespoon of vegan milk, and you mix that in together to whisk it in. I'm just using this coconut milk because this one's open, we have it on hand, but really you could use any sort of plant-based milk for that. And then the top layer, in the original recipe, it's like this Jell-O strawberry mixture, but Jell-O is not vegan. So instead, we just use pie filling, and this actually makes it a lot easier to make this recipe. So this will be the top layer, just this strawberry pie filling. Okay, so for the first layer, the crust layer, all you're going to do is blend these pretzels up in a food processor. I don't have a food processor. I just always use a blender, so I'm going to use my Ninja blender to basically just make it kind of a smaller consistency. And then you add the sugar in, you're going to melt the vegan butter, and then you're going to mix all that together, press it in a 9x13 pan, and then we are actually going to bake it on 350 for 10 minutes. So that is the first thing we're going to work on. Okay, next up, you are going to mix the powdered sugar, the Cool Whip, and the cream cheese together. I'm just gonna use my KitchenAid mixer to mix that up. And then, like I mentioned, you need a thickener to kind of make it a little bit thicker. And so after I mix that up, I will take the coconut milk, the arrowroot starch, mix that together, and then just fold it into this mixture. Okay, you definitely want that crust layer to cool completely before you put this layer on. So I'm gonna wait a little while, but basically you just put on the next two layers. You put on the cream cheese layer and then you put on this layer. And ideally you would refrigerate it overnight because it really does need time to set. However, I will probably just refrigerate it until after dinner to give it the taste test. Okay, I did want to give a taste test. This is probably honestly not fully set, but I'm gonna go ahead and give it a taste test. And I do want to mention that the can of strawberry pie filling that I purchased actually does have red dye in it, which some people who choose to follow a vegan diet, that is not vegan compliant, I guess. It is one of those like questionable things. So I just thought I would mention that there is red dye in the can of strawberry pie filling that I personally used. So if you are someone who doesn't eat red dye, either because you are vegan or for health reasons, honestly, we try to stay away from something like red dye. This is not a dessert we have often, but I just thought I would mention that just to let you know that it did have that in this. But let's give this a try. Oh, one other thing I wanted to mention. I think in the future I would like to add some fresh strawberries to this. I didn't feel like the pie filling had enough strawberries in it. So in the future, I will definitely be adding some fresh along with the pie filling. But let's give this a try. I am gonna get a piece of the strawberry in there. It's really good. I love that salty with the pretzel crust and sweet taste. It's a great combination. Okay, you lovely people, that is all I have for this week's recipe video. I hope you enjoyed seeing how I make this strawberry pretzel salad, vegan and gluten-free. Let me know down in the comments if you are gonna give this recipe a try. And as always, I really appreciate you watching my videos all the way until the end, and I will see you next time. Bye.